I wanted to share a lesson on how to go about setting up a catalog or a multi-page document. In this case, it's going to be a catalog, and how to bring in some elements in, and also what type of settings you need to have on your actual documents. And this will be graded, and ultimately it should be the way that you actually create a document, whether it's a magazine, a catalog, or anything else. Another course that you will be taking in the future is publication design, where you will be making a magazine, and a lot of uh, this basic settings will be touched on again, and it will be much grander scale. Okay, so I'm doing some pages for a an example, a women's product catalog for Jordan, for the brand Jordan. And I went and created a Word document where I'm just gonna do the basic mission statement or intro page. So I got something that I saw on his website, on their website, which is a brand now. It's been a brand for a long time. It's not his personal page. I also did a table of contents so I could show you how I would lay that out. And I'm gonna do a very basic one. Um, and here I have the information for the actual product, which is a shoe. All right. Uh, I also have the actual vector graphic for the Jumpman. Okay, and it saves as an EPS document. And I have images that I downloaded and I organized them into products. So these are product pictures, and I have different close-ups and angles that I'm gonna be using. Okay, and I also have a lifestyle folder. There we go. I'll be using this for throughout the book, maybe the cover. And I also have a vector graphic of some icons that I downloaded. All right, so that's some icons in here. Be very visual. So I'm gonna talk about the free shipping or the pickup. So I downloaded, some icons that I can incorporate in here. Um, and you can do this uh, throughout your book to highlight maybe tips or specific information that one should notice, or for categories or titles. You should use as many visual elements as you can to make your layout more interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna create a document on InDesign for my catalog. So by starting InDesign, create new, and making sure that I'm working on inches. Inches here. There we go. And I'm going to do the landscape version, and I believe it's 8 inches wide. And you could do whatever size you want from the options that you were given in the product specs. There's, I believe, 4 different size. One is 8.5 by 11, which is to me the most boring one. The other one is a square 8 by 8. There's also a digest version, which is 5 by 8, and a landscape 8 by 5, I believe. 8 by 6 and 6 by 8, I believe, are the sizes. But make sure you go and you check those out. So starting out, we are making sure, one, that we have the right orientation, that we're working on inches units. We put in the width and the height in inches, and also we have check marked facing pages. Okay, this is what's gonna set up your document as a book. And we want to put the number of pages, remember, always divisible by 4. The minimum that you should have from cover to cover would be 16 pages. And if you're doing more than that, then you'll have 20, 24, 28, 32, and so on. But try to keep it between 16 and maybe 20 to 24. Like if it's more than that, um, I think that you're having a pretty big project. So, try to do something that you can manage. So 16 pages cover to cover, starting with page one. The column, that grid that I want to use, the 12 column grid, because it's very well divisible into, half, thirds, or four or quarters as well. The gutter, I'm gonna do a 1/4 inch, starting at a 1/4 inch. All right, and my margins. This is very important, and I want you to see the document. So I'm going to preview the document by clicking here at the bottom. Now you can see my actual document here, right? This is page one. So the inside, where the spine would be on this side, and then you have your outsides, right? All right, so page number in the folio, which is description of maybe the publication, you can have it on the top, the bottom, or the outside. All right, I'm gonna do a simple folio and just put it in the bottom. So I'm gonna have that area be larger. All right, right now, um, I have some measurements here, but I'm gonna change them. So I'm gonna do the top and the outside about a 1/4 inch. That's about the smallest I want to get. If you can see, my gutter space for the column is pretty big for a 1/4 inch, so I'm gonna bring it down to 1/8 of an inch. That's much better. All right. The inside margin, okay, I always want that bigger, because when you have a book, the two inside margins in the seam where the two pages meet, the more pages you have, it will curl in. So you don't want any content going in there. So I always have it larger. All right. So I'll probably do like half an inch for the inside. I try to do sometimes double the smallest size. So if the top and the outside are 1/4 inch, I'll do maybe half an inch for that inside. And for the bottom where the folio would be, I would probably also have a much larger margin. So in this case, I'm gonna do 3/4 of an inch. So I want it very big so that I can add any lines or any elements that I want in there. All right. So I did half an inch for the inside margins, 1/4 inch for the top and the outside, 3/4 of an inch for the bottom, because that's where my folio will be. Okay. If you're doing your page numbers and your folio at the top, great. Try to do it with the larger margin, or the outside vertical, maybe that would be another cool way to do it. The bleed, we want the standard 1/8 of an inch all around, except for the inside bleed, since there's gonna be either a spine when it's the cover or another page when it's the inside spreads. We don't need a bleed on the inside, okay? Only on the top, the outside, and the bottom. So we're gonna do 1/8 of an inch on those. All right, we don't need a slug, okay? I talked about slug, I believe, last time when I did the brochure. So we don't need a slug. And if you want to save this document, because you will use it again, remember that at the top where it says preset details, you can click on the little preset saving icon, and you can save this preset, say catalog layout or something like that. If not, it would always be saved under recent documents. Then you have to save documents, which is your preset. So I'm gonna click create, and I'm gonna reset the essentials. So I'm going here to the top right where it says essentials, and I'm gonna reset essentials, so everything can just reset back to where it's supposed. If you see here something is missing, that is the control panel. So I'm gonna go to Window, Control. There it is. And then here on my right hand side, I have my properties and my pages, just the standard stuff. Now here's my pages. Page 1, which is my cover, my inside spreads, and my back cover, which is page 16. Now, remember that for this catalog, um, we're gonna show mockups of it. All right, so you won't be printing this. So we're gonna be saving this as a spread book and also as single pages, and not really, because single pages you can open them in, you can open the spreads in Photoshop and create your mockups with it. So most likely it will be that way. All right, so the first thing I want to do here is create the the master page, and I'm gonna probably create a few master pages. One is gonna be for, well, when we have a picture and we want the page number on top of the picture or something, um, and I'm gonna show you how that works. The other one is um, the actual folio that I'm gonna use on all of them. All right, so I'm just gonna create two. So master page A, I'm gonna double click on the master page A. All right, and I'm gonna insert the page numbers and the folio. You don't want to just put the catalog's name on every page, and just when you're looking at a spread, you'll see the catalog's name down here. So maybe you gotta figure out what the catalog's name is, or maybe it's just catalog collection 2021, women's collection 2021, and the page number, and maybe a line or something like that. So first thing is I'm going to start here on this side with the type tool, and before I even do that, I'm actually going to draw a guideline in the center of this margin, because that's where I want to put my box. All right, and what I want to do is uh, make sure that it goes across both pages. All right, so when you're bringing guidelines, if you bring them from your ruler at the top, let's say, and you drag them inside of a page, you only get a guideline for that page. You see that? But as soon as that you bring it outside of the actual artboard and you're on the pasteboard, it will go across the spread. So here's where you want to draw that line and look at the measurement right there, probably about 3/8 of an inch right there, where it should be in the center. And this is where the folio would be, right here, page number and all. So now what I will do is get the type tool, and I'm gonna make a text box, and I'm gonna make it the width of a column and align it also to the margin, because if I have, let's say, more numbers than just one number or so, then I want to make sure that it goes with those numbers. So what I'll do here is um, make the text box, and you guys see the blinker. I'm gonna do control click once I see that blinker, insert special character, markers, current page number, and that's the current page number right there. It's A because I'm at the A master. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is design this. So I'm gonna select this, we change to the property box, and the font I'm gonna use is gonna be, I'm gonna change it to Gotham medium there. And if you can see here at the top right hand of the control panel, right, and I have my number selected, what you will have is the positioning, the alignment, vertical. So right now here at the top, center to the bottom, so I can change it, right? But I want it here at the center. There we go. And I want to keep it aligned to the left because I want it aligned here in the margin. Awesome. Maybe I want to add a little design element, maybe a little square or something. Oops. And I want that square to be have a red line, maybe to be in the back. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay, and move it in a little bit. Awesome. And on one side, I'm gonna put, the name of the brand, Air Jordan, and the catalog name or the catalog issue. So I'm gonna do another text box here, and here I'm gonna put Air Jordan, and make sure that it's aligned to the inside margin, and also align center to the box, and also that I'm using the font Gotham medium. Great. And maybe add a little design element. Maybe a little line. Okay, there we go. So now when I hide this W, this is what it's looking like. Great. So now I'm gonna copy this, hold down the Alt Option key, click and drag, and hold down the Shift key while I do this. And now I can actually align this name right there to that margin. Okay, select this. Whoops. Let's start moving this to this page. There. Great. And this page number, I'm going to change the alignment to the right, and make sure that this box goes right where it should be, right there. Perfect. Not even perfect. So this one, I have to align it to the right, and move this little line, and this line. You guys see how the Air Jordan aligns right there? This one, I should close this, align the box there to the guideline. Perfect. And align this one right there to the guideline. Right, and now I'm not using my guides. You guys see that? So maybe I should align it center of this guide. So maybe it should be there. See, the Air Jordan finishes there. So there's where this should be at. There. So now here's what's gonna happen. Now it's not gonna say Jordan anymore. It's gonna say go. Sorry, that was collection. Oh my God. All right. So, I'll keep those guidelines kind of there. All right, there we go. So I have here my folio. All right. Actually, don't like it there, so you could move it right there. And this one, I don't like how they connected. So this one I'll move it there. That's much better. There we go. Great. So now when I go to pages and I double click, this is what you're gonna see. Perfect. Now page 1, I don't want a master page, so I'm gonna click here on none and I'm gonna drag none to page 1, and also on the last page because it's the cover, so master page none. Okay, I also want a master page for when I have a picture and I want pages, the folio in maybe white. So what I'll do here is this a master, control click on it, duplicate master, spread a master, and I'll have the B master. So this B master is what I will apply when there's a picture and I want white text on it, but I'll show you how that is applied. But the first thing I have to do is, and look how B now changed, right? The actual page number changed it to B. So properties, fill, and I'm gonna change this to text, white, paper, and also this one, and the page number, fill, text. There we go. I'll show you when to apply this. All right, so now I'm back in my pages. Okay. And first thing I want to do is bring in a picture for the cover. So here I'm at Jordan's catalog, and I'm gonna look at lifestyle, and I'm freestyling. I don't even know what this catalog is gonna look like. So I'm looking for a good cover picture. I'm gonna go with something simple. That. And maybe I'm gonna do something like this. Align it right about there. Okay. And what I want to do here is add the title, some design elements, and the logo. So the logo, I'm gonna do Command D, which is file place, and go back, image. The logo's right here. There we go. Now if I click once, it places the logo at the actual size. So I don't want that. I want to actually dictate the size. So I'm gonna do just this side, and I don't want this Jordan name. I just want the Jumpman. So I'm gonna do this right there. Awesome. Okay, and maybe this is gonna go somewhere around here in between these 3 columns. You have to use your columns, all right? So everything has to be well counted on. Spacing here, columns, all that stuff, right? Since I already have text here on my, I'm gonna use this. All right, and what I'll do here is I'm gonna paste this. And did I copy the Jordan collection name? No. So 21 women's collection. Maybe I'll do here is, actually, let me get that. And here's what I'll do. There we go. Why am I doing this? Because here's what I want to do with it. And this is just me doing something for the design, so it's just not plain. I'm gonna underline it. There we go. And I'm gonna food justify. There we go. Something like that. And this is gonna be right there. Okay. And add some lines. One there. And be a little bit bigger. And I also had a square. So we're gonna put this square. There. There we go. Okay. And make sure you're using guides always. Okay. That is what my catalog cover looks right now. Maybe I wanna, get rid of some areas right here, so I'm gonna increase this image size. There we go. This box seems big. There. Okay, there we go. There's my cover. Okay, maybe you want to align this to the Jordan, that's fine. If you don't like it there, but you should align it always to a guide. Anything you do should be aligned to a guide. Right there. There. So guides for everything. Even here, I make this a little bit smaller. Guides. Jordan, maybe bring them in. Guides. There we go. Maybe another design element here because I don't like this so plain. Okay, there's my cover. So now here I'm gonna have my mission statement. So I'm gonna bring in another image. Yeah, this one. And try to follow, the same design patterns that you have here. So this one, remember that one uh, guidelines leads. And this one I'm gonna make it bleed at the bottom, and I'm gonna even cross it into this page. It's gonna be huge. And then I'm gonna actually I'll probably cut them right there. Okay, there we go. So one thing I want is on this page, right here, maybe I want my folio there. I'll show you how to bring that in. Okay, there we go. The way to bring the folio in is, first we need to apply the B1 because that's with the white text. I want to white over that picture, so I'll grab that left one and drag it on page 2. That's one. Now you can still see it, right? And that's because right now, if we go into the layers, okay, and I don't have them here, so I'll go to Window, Layers. We only have one layer, okay? And I'm in page 2, and in that one layer, I only have that JPEG. If I go to page 1, layer 1 has all this Jordan stuff, right? So if I go into my master pages, guess what I'm gonna see on that layer 1? Layer 1. Layer 1, the lines, the text, and the squares. Okay, so now I can play with the layers then. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna go back to pages, this page 2, and I'm gonna add a new layer, which is layer 2, and this layer is gonna be in the bottom. So remember, everything is on layer 1. So but on this page I'm going to put this image on layer 2, and guess what pops up? The actual text. There we go. So I'm gonna bring in the copy for the mission statement, so Command D, which is file place, Jordan's catalog. There we go. And here's what I'm gonna do. Right now it's telling me Calibri regular is not available because that's the font that I'm using on the Word document. So I'll replace this so I don't have problems. Click on Calibri regular, replace with Medium Pro. Yeah, that's fine for now. And change all. And then done. Alright, so now what I want to do here is I want to have the text somewhere available so I can use it. And I'm gonna grab this text there, and I'm going to make a new text box right around there. Perfect. And here we go. So now I'm gonna highlight this text, and I'm gonna force justify, which is, I go here, force justify is the last option, like that. And then I'm gonna change this font to my Gotham bold medium, and I'm going to increase the font like that. I kind of like that. I'll make it a little bit smaller and spread it out a little bit. I like that, how it looks. And now for this one, it seems like it was set up to be broken up into lines. So I'm gonna highlight this, and for this one I'm doing Gotham not Gotham, no, not then, black medium book, and also force justify, or just left justify, something like that, and then maybe increase the font size a little bit there, and 15, and make sure I don't have hyphenations. Perfect. Maybe add some spacing just to get rid of some of the rivers. Maybe something like that. Alright. And I want to put it center on the page, maybe there. Awesome. Okay. There. So there I have my mission statement page. You don't need to put mission statement or intro page or anything like that. It's just that is the intro page. So um, I'm gonna do here a table of content, and I'm gonna do here intro page um, for the what do we call this? The product. Okay, so table of content. Um, Here, what I'm gonna do is uh, first tag it, so we can know where we are. So maybe I'm gonna use that style for intent. All right, so maybe that's how the initial like page categories look. So content goes there. Here's how I'm going to do the table of content. I'm going to do it, and I'm gonna bring this copy into this page so I can use it. Okay, here's my content. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7. And I'll show you how to use a table to do the table of content. Okay, so I'm going to, sorry, table, create table. And the table is going to have uh, 2 columns, 7 rows, right? 7 rows. Click OK. You can also have a header and a footer row if you wanted to put more information maybe. I'm just gonna use 7 for now. So click OK. And where is your content gonna go? You click and drag, and there it is. All right. So maybe here you want to put the page numbers, like I'll put here 5, and um, then I'll put, I don't know where the other one would start, 5, maybe every 3 pages or so, 12, maybe this one would be 15 or something. And let's say that you have a lot more pages, right? So maybe this is 21, whatever, 34, 38. All right, and now I'm gonna bring in all this text over here. And I'll copy them. That's actually 6. So I have one more, so all I have to do is highlight it, delete row, and I'm good. All right, so there it is. Now I want to maybe start playing around with this stuff. This is gonna be Gotham. Gotham medium, and should have highlighted this one as well. But here's how you do this. You get the eyedropper tool and you click on this text. Oops, and it does the whole thing. So it's better to just come here and do this whole thing. Medium. Okay, why did I did this? Because, well, now I'm going to move this over here, right there. All right, and I just want the horizontal line. So what I'm gonna do is here, highlight all this. All right, and you guys see up here I have this graphic, right? Right now I have selected all the outside outside lines. Okay, and I don't want those, and also I don't want this horizontal one. I just want the vertical ones. So the vertical ones stay, so I'm gonna deselect those, and I'm gonna grab this, all of the vertical ones, and I'm going to lower this to 0. Perfect. Great. There is my table of content. All right. And sure, I can, maybe if it's too boring, which it seems that way right now, uh, there's the center. I'm going to Command D and get a nice lifestyle picture. This one. Bring it in from the center. Maybe somewhere around there. Okay, perfect. Arrange, bring to front. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, there it is. Make sure that those lines are aligned to the guideline. Always guideline with guidelines. Everything. Center columns, there's a guideline right there. You see a snap? There. That's pretty cool. Alright, so there I have my table of content. Remember, if you don't want the folio to show, then you can then just bring in the master page blank and just put it in there. Maybe you don't want to master a folio on that page, so I'll just bring in the none, and there disappear, much cleaner. Also on this page, maybe you don't want it either, so there you go. Great. All right, so make sure you're saving this thing. So I'm gonna save. I'm going here to desktop, Jordan catalog, 21. Click save. There we go, saved. About that, the next step is to um, make a quick page for one of the products. This should be first a category introduction page. So I'm going to just bring this lifestyle image, and this one probably gonna make it the entire page. See how much I can fill. How it fills the whole thing, right? Right there it goes. So it goes right there, and this thing, this instead of this table of content, I'm gonna do like this. And this one is gonna be called new release. There we go. I'm gonna align this to the right, so I gotta align to the top. And I just decided to, go with that one. There we go. Maybe make it 2 lines. Right? And exactly. bleed a little, so I'll leave it there. Maybe something like that. Okay. Not perfect, but it works. I don't want probably the page number on this page either, so there we go. So this is the intro page to new releases. It's not pretty, but at least it dictates and it will show where that actual um, page will begin. Um, I could do other elements, maybe just bring in a little box. Okay, there we go. Maybe something like that. All right, now product page. Okay, and I'm gonna bring in the text for this one, and I'm not gonna lay out the entire thing, but just a few details right here. One is, let me bring in some pictures of the product. So I'm going back to my products pages, product, and some close-up pictures there. Sure want those. I need my actual product picture, which I don't know which one I would take yet. Maybe it's gonna be this one. Get a line right there for now. And bring it up there. And it's gonna cut off right there. Alright. There. Product name, some text, information, benefits, and then the product details, and other information here. Very, very simple. Maybe you want to show some samples of the close-up, but first I'm gonna cut all this stuff because I'm gonna use it from here to here, and I'm going to align this right here, there, and maybe add the word right there. So now it's a thing of setting this up how I want it. So this is gonna be Gotham book. This is one's gonna be Gotham medium. Medium. This Gotham book one, maybe it'll be like 10 points. Okay. And Gotham, this one is gonna be probably like 14 or 16 because it's the title. And then this one, we want to make it stand out, so this one's gonna be Gotham medium also, but I'm gonna make this another color later. And here I'm gonna have text, so I'm just highlighting this stuff of the style. I'm actually gonna put it here, there, and this one's gonna be Gotham book, right? And it's gonna be smaller as well, maybe like 8. There we go. And this stuff is probably gonna be 10 points, and it's gonna be Gotham regular, Gotham book. Okay, make sure there's no hyphenations, so I'm going back to property, uncheck hyphenate. There we go. Right, uh, maybe here on this one you have these two um, benefits. So maybe I want to make those bullet points. So I'm going to highlight those and I'm going to come here to paragraph. And at the bottom, you'll see bullets and numbering. And here I want to click on bullets and I'll have bullet points for those. I have an extra one a space here. So if you want to make a space in between them, hold down the shift key, enter, and that makes a space. Perfect. This text is a little bit big, so I'm gonna make it 8 points. Yeah, 8 points right there, because I need more space. Remember to use your guide, so I wanna align this to the center of this column because this picture ends inside the gutter. It should end right here in this margin actually. So I'll put it right there. Great. Okay, now I want to bring in a row of pictures and I'm going to put a guideline there so I know where the margin is right there. So you can always use the gutter lines, margin lines, or center of the columns, however you want. So to bring in more than one picture, so I'm going to bring in maybe this 3 or 4, maybe this 1, 2, and 3, this 3. Okay, so what I'll do is bring them in. Kind of like this. Great. And then this one right here. I like that. Great. I have 3 of them. And I want to separate them equally. So I'm going to bring in another one. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna move this one all the way here to the end and I'm gonna select all of them, and here I have the alignments. Alright, alignments, and I have distribute spacing, so I'm gonna click on this distribute horizontal spacing, and there I have perfect spacing in between them. Great. Great. So now last thing would be product details, and what I can do here is maybe create a chart if I wanted to, but I don't have enough details. You know, if you're trying to do a product detail, you try to use charts to split all the information, and you can delete or just hide all of the guidelines, and that way you'll have perfect spacing. That is the great thing about this chart, that you can have great spacing and alignment between all of your options. Like here I can highlight this, right? And right now I want to align the text in the center of those lines. So I'm gonna come here to the control panel and you see the alignments as well. So I'll align center, and I just did that. So it's better than having to break up all of this text in little boxes and trying to align each one. Use a table to create very organized information just like this. All right, so now here I want to bring in some icons. So I'll bring these icons. And the icons, I want them to be, at a certain size, so I'll bring them there first. Now, what information I'm trying to iconize is free standard shipping, right? So I'll copy this, make a text box, copy it there. And the other one is pickup available. Copy this, make a text box there. So now I'm gonna highlight this too, and with the eyedropper tool I'm gonna click on this font and it's gonna apply the attributes there. I'll do the same to this one. Click on this one, apply the attributes there. Okay, so now I have two text boxes and I'm gonna make them each 2 columns width. Right there. And it could be much longer, but I'll make them 2 columns long. Okay, and here what I'm gonna do is free standard shipping, and this one I'll have 2 icons, one for shipping and one for. So what I'll do is duplicate this thing, right, and only show the icons that I want. So on this one, this is gonna be the one for pickup, and that goes here. Right, and this one is for shipping, so we're gonna just use this little box one. Awesome. And now I'm gonna align this one there, and now this two will go one here and the other one probably about there. There we go. All right, but this one can be longer, or maybe they're just too big for the space. So let me make sure everything's well aligned. So right here I'm gonna bring this one up. Perfect. And this one maybe there. And the way I want this is to align in the gutter, so I want this spaced out great. So right there. This is a lot of tedious work, and the more, and this needs to get that hyphen out. Yes, out. Right there. And this one, I'm gonna line here and there. Great. There we go. And actually, maybe now that I have them aligned, I'll align that to that color. Great. And maybe a little bit of text. Or just a title, because I need a title for this. For free shipping and return, that should be a title. Great. And I'm gonna make this look like exactly, I like this font there. Okay, great. There we go. Great, awesome. There's my product page. Super cool. With all the information, the price. This too, that should be probably highlighted, right? So maybe I'll make this one medium. And the benefits. I don't want no colons, so benefits. Medium. There. I'm gonna save this. Okay, now that I have this, let's say that later on I want to change all of the titles to red, and I want to change the font for my copy. Instead of being book, I want this to be thin, and I want all of this ones to change to 6 points or 8 points instead of the actual size that it is now. So am I going to go page by page to make those changes? No, you want a way to make universal changes in one place. And that is what um, the character style and the paragraph styles are for. You need to have characters and paragraph styles on this document because it's part of the grading, and if I don't see them, then I'll take the points off. All right, so I'll show you how to set those up and how to use them. So go into Window, Styles, Character Style. Okay, and I'll just maybe show only a few of them. So here I'm gonna place my cursor there, holding the Alt Option key. I'm gonna click on the plus sign, and if you look at the character, it already tells you what the characters are. If you're using any colors, pen type, underlines, whatever you're doing to it, it would be already there set up. Okay, and this one I'm gonna name product title. Click OK. And then this one, which is a point, I'm gonna do the same. Hold down the Alt Option key, click on the little plus, and name this one body text. There we go. And then for this new one, I should also do the same because that one is 10 points, unless I want it, to be a little bit different. But this one I'll call new, and this one's I will call subtitles. So Alt Option, click on this plus sign. You already see all the parameters, and I can adjust this. I can fix this however I want it to, but I'll name this subtitles. There we go. All right, and then this one, click there, Alt Option. This one I'll name, but this one I have to do it in the to add the bullet points. I have to do it as a paragraph, so I'll cancel that. Now here my alignment is left align, and I can change the alignment however I want it. So I'll do this one justified. There we go. And now I have the paragraph style. So now I have paragraph styles for alignment. So here I'll do Alt Option, and this is body text. Right, and look at all the attributes that I can, actually add to it. Hyphenations, justification, drop caps, bullets. I can even add bullets if I wanted to. So right now that one doesn't have bullets, but it tells me the format, and it tells me the alignments and anything else left alignment. So click OK, and here I'm gonna do the bullets. If you go to bullets and numbering, you guys see that there's bullets there. That's that one. So I'll name this one bullet. Click OK. All right. So this one right here doesn't have all the attributes added to it. This is where I got them from. So now I need to come here and actually add them. So product title, body text. I didn't do the price. Body text. body text, and this one, and I'm doing characters, so this one's using the body text characters, and this one's great. Um, body text, subtitles. Where's the subtitle? Subtitle, and this one is the new, right? And then I have paragraphs for what, the body text, this one, and this one's I can add body text, but here I have bullets, right? Awesome. All right, this one's body text too. See, it changed it to justified, so I'll leave it at that, but I should have um, characters or in paragraph styles for everything that I'm doing, even the table of content section titles like this one's. This is called section or category title. There. And I should apply to them. Section title. Section title, perfect. You know. Also this stuff, you should save all that. So now let's say I have another product, right? I have two other products on other pages or something. Oh wow, well now we want all of the titles to be uh, red instead of black. All right, so am I gonna go each individual page changing them? No, all I have to go is right here where it says product title, double click on it and go to character color, right? There's the fill color, and I'm gonna click on the actual red. Now I click preview, and look at all the titles just changed there. This is what you want to do. And now I click OK. Perfect. There it is. Catalog done. So now I have to save this, package it. So I'm going to File, Package. Okay. Package here. And my initial folder, I'm gonna save a folder of the package in here. This is the original InDesign. So now if I'm gonna continue working, I'm gonna continue working on the InDesign inside of the package folder, and then I'll delete this one. Here, make sure that you copy the fonts, the links. If they're Adobe fonts, the fonts won't copy over, but they will get activated once someone with the Adobe Creative Cloud gets access to it. The IDML and this PDF, uh, if you want to include it just so that you can have it with you, that's fine, but this is not the print one. So I'll cancel this and then I'll package. Okay, now I want to save an actual PDF in spread, so I'll go to Adobe File, Adobe PDF Presets, PDF X1A, go into my package folder, right here, click Save, and here I want to make sure that under Pages I click Spreads, alright, and I go to Marks and Bleeds, all printers marks, use document bleed settings. Alright, this has to be set up, right? Once I click export, it's creating a PDF. And there's page 1, which is the cover, 2 and 3, right? Table of content, the category page, and then my product page, and these are the other samples I did, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Awesome. Um, that was actually fun. All right, guys. So hopefully this will help you get started with your catalog. Don't skip steps. Um, Make sure that you're using Pantone colors. That red, I'm using the YK color. I shouldn't be using that. I should be using the actual Pantone color established by the Jordan brand. So I would have to get that code and get it inside my um, InDesign document. All right. Make sure that all of your images are 300 dpi and ready for print as CMYK mode. That's very important as well, because I'm gonna be opening them and looking to see if you have saved them. Make sure that vector graphics like the logo and illustrations, icons are saved as EPS documents that are vector based. All right, no backgrounds on them, no copy and paste. Everything has to be file placed and packaged in your links folder as well. All right. Good luck with your work, and as always, I'm available for any help.